for the arms and legs, we're just using puff stitches, and it's the same puff stitch for all 4 of those limbs. For the arms, you're basically going to attach them between rounds 9 and 10. So counting down from top, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So right between those 2 rounds is where the arms will go. The legs will be placed between rounds 11 and 12. So after 9, 10, here's 11 and 12. So the legs will be right there. All right, so let me go ahead and share with you how to crochet the arms. First, for the arms, you're gonna find where you want them to go between rounds 9 and 10. I'd like them to be on the sides of the body. You can have them right out to the side or closer to the front if you'd like. Go ahead and grab the green yarn you've been using for your alien, or whichever color you want the arms to be. You're going to yarn over and pull through a loop to begin. Alright, now we've got our arms, the yarn attached. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over and pull through a loop. We're going to repeat that 3 times. So yarn over, insert into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through a loop. That's the second repetition. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through a loop. And that's the third repetition. So you should have 7 loops on your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then you're going to yarn over, pull through all 7 of those loops, like so. Make a chain. This is going to secure your arm, or the puff stitch, and you're going to fasten off with a long tail to pull that back into the body. Let me show you. We're going to pull that stitch back in, or that long tail back in. When you do that, the arm or the puff stitch gets pulled down towards the body as well, and you'll have this nice puffy shape. Oops. We want to make sure both of the yarn tails get into the body, like so. Alright, so here we are with one arm complete. We're going to repeat that for the second arm here. Make sure it is aligned and where you want it to be. Since the puff stitch is the same, I'm going to work through this a little faster now. Attach my yarn. Okay, we're going to do this part 3 times. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through a loop. Do it a second time, and do it a third time. And then you're going to yarn over, go through all 7 loops on your hook, make a chain, fasten off with a long tail, which you'll then pull into the alien's body. For those of you wondering if you can do puff stitches while you're crocheting the head and body, you are most welcome to do that. I just didn't write that into the instructions because I find it more difficult for beginners to do that when it's dependent on where your eyes are placed in your amigurumi. If you're wanting to place the eyes in first, it's the arms really need to, like the placement for the arms will depend on where your eyes go. You don't want them ending up like one in the front and one in the back, for example. You want them right to the sides of the creature. So that's why I like to add those puff stitch arms at the very end. Let's do the legs real quick. Counting down from the top, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I like the legs between 11 and 12, and I like them a little bit towards the front of the body. And you're welcome to put them off to the side if you want. I just like them towards the front so that our alien looks like it's sitting. Let me go ahead and grab the yarn, and we're going to make a puff stitch just like how we did for the arms. So let's attach our yarn first. Then we're going to do this 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over, go through all of those loops, chain, and fasten off. And let's go ahead and pull that in. If you're working with Chanel velvet yarn, you will experience some shedding. That's totally normal. I just pinch away the little shedded pieces, and there's a lot less shedding after you are done. The shedding tends to happen because there's a lot of trauma happening to the yarn while you work. All right. So that's the first leg. I'm going to now make the second leg. And again, so quick and easy. You now have your 4 limbs on your little alien. And at this point, you can go ahead and make sure all of those yarn tails are inside the body. Let's now sew the opening closed. Go ahead and thread your velvet yarn through a yarn needle. And for closing up the opening, I like to go through the front loops only around. So let's go into the first front loop going in, and then out the next front loop. I keep my yarn lax for now. I'm not going to pull until the very end. In through the next front loop and out through the following. Last one, last pair, in and out. And I'm going to now pull my yarn tail tight. And as you can see, that cinches up the hole. Now you can go ahead and weave in the ends. Let's go ahead and make the antenna. The antenna is going to be between rounds 2 and 3. So here's round 1, 2, and 3. And so between 2 and 3 is right here. Now you're going to insert your hook under a stitch where you want the antenna to go. So I like mine to the sides of the head, like so. And when you're ready, attach your yarn. After you attach your yarn, you're going to chain 3. That's 1, 2, and 3. And what you can do now is basically fasten off by snipping the end, or if you want, you can go ahead and tie a little knot at the top to keep it from unraveling. But pulling tight is going to help keep it from unraveling here. You just pull tight. And again, you can do a little knot if you want, or if you are lazy like me, you can just snip off like so. All right, and let's hide that yarn tail in the back. That's that for one antenna. We're going to repeat those instructions on the for the second antenna here. Remember to go between rounds 2 and 3. And when you're ready, pull yarn through. You're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and fasten off with a tail. Pull that yarn tight and snip off the end. All you need to do at the end is weave in all remaining yarn tails. Here's a finished look of your little alien. It's such a cute little baby alien, as you can see. And you can make a bunch of these to create your outer space colony or tribe.